you ever wondered what would happen if you took 100 of the most elite athletes with the most insane bodies in the entire world and then had them compete against one another in a series of Squid Game-like challenges for money? Well, my friends, you are in luck because Netflix has just recently released the second season of its insane Korean reality show, Physical 100, a show where 100 of the most athletic and physically fit people in South Korea compete against one another in a series of grueling physical challenges to discover who truly is the fittest person on the planet. Well, at least in Korea. Hello everyone, I am Finn. Welcome back to Finn Films. Join me today as we talk about one of my favorite shows on Netflix, the second season of Physical 100. So Physical 100 is like if the Roman Colosseum met American Gladiator and then you sprinkle in a bit of Squid Games for flavor. And goddamn is it amazing! Physical 100 is a Korean reality game show, and if you know anything about Korean media, you know that these guys have some banger reality shows. The first season of this show came out a few years ago amidst the Squid Game hype, and it actually did extremely well. I'm a massive fan of Physical 100. I've been into athletics in like health and exercise science for like 15 plus years now. I've worked as a personal trainer on and off for like over 10 years now, and I'm a huge lover of combat sports, just sports in general. So to say that Physical 100 is a show made for me is really an understatement. Basically, the idea, the concept of this show it's relatively pretty simple. Let's gather up some of the most physically fit people from around the country of South Korea from all different walks of life, and then have them compete against one another in a series of challenges, testing different aspects of fitness to find out who truly is at the top of the fitness mountain. I think one of the things that I love the most about this show is that while yes, technically it is a reality series, it also like feels legit as fuck. I mean, they didn't just get a bunch of like random like E-celebs or like B or C-list celebrities, TV personalities, internet personalities, and influencers to be on this show. Most of these competitors are like real dedicated athletes. Many are like Olympic level competitors from all sorts of different disciplines, ranging from like combat sports, wrestling, weightlifting, swimming, rowing, like anything you can really think of. As well, there is a host of other people with all sorts of different backgrounds, from an FBI agent to special forces in the army, bodybuilders, sports models, police officers, MMA fighters, and really anything that you can think of. Physical 100 isn't some like American Gladiator like silly reality show. This is like actually a serious competition filled with very serious competitors who all want nothing more than to win and prove themselves to be the fittest person in South Korea. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of the UFC's reality show, The Ultimate Fighter, a reality show where MMA fighters compete against one another to try to earn a UFC contract. Ultimate Fighter, while being a reality show, is also a legit as fuck sporting competition, which doesn't really have much actual like scripting going on behind it when you compare it to like the, you know, normal American reality show dribble that we seem to love. Okay, so I'm sure there are some of you all who have been listening to me rambling and have been thinking, Finn, the idea of watching a bunch of like beautiful, gorgeous people with insane athletic bodies compete against one another makes me depressed as fuck. And trust me, look, I get it, man. These people are all like absolute freaks of nature, some like way more than others. I mean, as hard as I try, as much as I work out, I'm never gonna look like this guy. And that's okay. These men and women are all like elite in their own disciplines and have dedicated their entire lives to their bodies and their physical fitness journey. And if anything, this show to me is like really just like good motivation to get my ass in the gym to get an awesome workout. One of my favorite things about this show is despite like how intense it is, despite how legit the competition feels, the show is also incredibly wholesome. I think a lot of this may come down to like differences in culture between like South Korean culture and American culture. I mean, if Physical 100 took place in the United States, this show would be like completely different. I'm sure the likes of like Logan and Jake Paul would be competing in the American version of Physical 100 along with a litany of other like fitness YouTubers, influencers. I imagine there would be a lot of shit talk and a lot of really like classic American reality show shenanigans. I bet it would be scripted as fuck. But you see, this is not at all how the actual Physical 100 in South Korea plays out. There's a real level of like respect and camaraderie among all of the contestants that's like really infectious. Despite the fact that all of these athletes are competing against one another and taking this event extremely seriously, they all continue to support each other and be there for one another throughout the entire show. One of my favorite parts of this show comes in episodes 1 from both seasons 1 and season 2, where we, the audience, are introduced to our contestants. There's just something so like legit and wholesome about seeing all of these competitors react to meeting and seeing one another and realizing who is just all competing in this show. Many of these competitors know each other and many are fanboying over one another, and you can tell that they all just genuinely respect one another and view this game show, this thing that they're doing, as a legit competition. Now, obviously, if you're an American watching this, you're probably not going to recognize basically like any of these faces, as many of these people are extremely famous within South Korea, but obviously a lot of them haven't broken out into the wider Western audience of fame. Even so, though, the show gives you some really good context on just who these people are, and you can tell who is a legit fucking athlete by the sheer level of respect and the reaction that the other competitors give them. This show actually feels like I am a fly on the wall watching some actual, real, genuine human interaction instead of the like fake scripted bullshit that is most American reality TV. So in the broad scope, Physical 100 as a game show, as a competition, works like this. The competitors compete against one another in a series of challenges, some individual, a one-on-one challenge, mano a mano, if you will. Other challenges happening in groups, with the losers of these challenges being eliminated from the competition until ultimately there is one person remaining, one person standing, being crowned the fittest of all humans, I guess. These challenges come in all sorts of different forms and different sizes, the many different challenges testing the different aspects of physical like fitness. Some of them require vast amounts of stamina, which cater more toward the leaner, more athletic competitors, while other challenges cater more towards raw physical brute strength, which obviously caters more towards the big ass dudes. Probably one of my favorite challenges of the series is what Physical 100 labels the death match. I know it sounds absolutely horrifying, but basically the rules are simple. Two competitors go into one of 3 different arenas with a large leather ball. The competitor who is holding the ball at the end of the time limit advances on to the next round, while the other competitor who loses is eliminated. While yes, they call it a death match, there are some rules. It's not like these people are just like absolutely beating the shit out of one another. It's almost more like a high-octane wrestling match meets a game of keep away. But the result is some real compelling drama and some absolutely great TV. If you didn't know, our friends the South Koreans have some absolute banger media out there. Some of my favorite movies of all time are Korean movies, like the monster movie The Host, the horror zombie movie Train to Busan, and the psychological thriller Old Boy, which has one of the most insane plot twists I've ever seen in my life. Another one of my favorite parts of Physical 100 is the vast diversity in the competitors. I mean, where else could you see like different Olympic level competitors or professional athletes from all sorts of different disciplines all competing against one another? Like, this type of thing just doesn't happen. This show is like the embodiment of the idea like who would win in a fight, Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris, karate or Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu or wrestling. You get the idea. And again, throughout this show, there's this level of respect given between all the different competitors that just makes the show feel so real and honestly wholesome as fuck. I mean, obviously it's real, but like, you know what I mean. Like, this is a true reality show. There's no scripting going on here. Everything feels real, and because of this, it lends a real sense of like legitimacy to the show, to the competition as a whole. It feels like I'm watching like the NBA finals or like someone compete in an actual legit MMA fight. On top of all of this, this show has this like almost larger than life Squid Games type vibe type feel to it, with a faceless director who runs everything from the shadows, as well as a team of workers that are all dressed head to toe in black with their faces covered, a la Squid Game. I would absolutely love for them to do this show in the United States with a full, like, American competitor list. I think it would be absolutely insane to see who would compete in something like this, but I feel like, as epic as this would be, it just wouldn't hit the same as the Korean version. I don't know if it just comes down to culture differences or what, but I feel like if they did Physical 100 in the United States, it just wouldn't have this same sense of legitimacy, this same aura of like an actual, an actual competition. Like I'm watching real life people. I feel like it would just feel like an over-the-top, like scripted, classic American reality TV show. And that's not what makes Physical 100 great. At the end of the day, I highly recommend this show. It's just some real good TV with some real awesome, fun drama. You don't need to be like a gym bro, a workout guy, or like a mega athlete to enjoy this show. I think it's just a good piece of media. As always, guys, though, these are just my thoughts and opinions, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know in the comment section, who would you like to see from America compete in Physical 100 if they did this show in the United States? I imagine it would be an absolutely insane list of, like, professional athletes and competitors. Throw in a few YouTube influencers for good memes. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, learn something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as your engagement on this video helps to put the video into the algorithm and is the easiest way to help support me and keep this channel going. If you did enjoy the video, then why don't you check out some of our other videos on screen now. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Stay safe out there. Love your mother. Drink your water. Until next time, peace, love, adu.